Hey guys, welcome back. This is vlog number 2 for the Give First initiative. Patrick again, and yesterday I touched briefly, very briefly, on the topic of poverty. So this is a huge topic which we can have a discussion for many years about. But yeah, hopefully it won't have to be that many more decades before poverty will be completely wiped out from the earth. Yeah, so continuing a little bit on that topic, then I want to speak particularly about what it means for the individual to have power and have their say and have their voice in the world that we know, and what that really means, what that for you and for me, what energy that gives. So first of all, if I just touch on the topic of the growing population, you most likely already know about how the population has grown until now throughout the past century, but if you think about until 2050, then maybe you know, but in 2050, then Africa's population is expected to double, so from roughly 1 to 2 billion, and also South Asia as a whole is not so far away, and these two parts of the world are dominating the population growth. And right now they are two of the places in the world where there's the least development and the most poverty. And this surging population is one of the biggest factors why we're gonna need an estimated 470 million new labor jobs within the next 14 years. And that leads me on to my next point. Yeah, one of the 17 goals which the UN set for 2030, the Sustainable Development Goals, number 8, is talking all about how to develop a sustainable economy. And one of the key solution points which was suggested for that topic, how to create this growing sustainable economy in developed and developing world, was this. I will read it and I'll also put it on the screen. So it was to promote development-oriented policies that support productive activities, decent job creation, entrepreneurship, creativity and innovation, and encourage the formalization and growth of micro, small and medium-sized enterprises. That in whatever field, each individual has the potential to start a micro or a small business. That's an incredible potential, because it means that if this was properly understood, then there would be nobody unemployed. Okay, just think about that for a moment. That's quite a perhaps dreamy way of thinking, but in reality, if every individual had this sense of empowerment within themselves, then all it really takes is awareness, is realization that I can in fact live this way, and in this way we can solve many problems all at once, right? Homelessness, etc., etc. So, and that's not to take anything away from the bigger companies or the institutions that we may know and love, but just the fact that every individual can have that sense of empowerment is actually a very incredible thing, which we should all think about for ourselves. And the reason I mention this is because it's such a crucial point of curing, I can say, poverty in the long term. Is just imagine that each individual can and knows how and understands their potential as an entrepreneur. It's a very small thing, but in fact, throughout the history as we've known it, then most people have in some way relied on the state or the structure in whatever culture they were in. It's been a very common trait. But now, given the way our systems are working now, it's a fact, I can say it right now very confidently, that I can even say that this is in fact the final solution. to the problems of poverty and many other issues, which I want to discuss with you in later vlogs. So just taking maybe small examples like in the world of microfinance or financial technology recently, then we've seen this kind of surge of power from very small people, very small companies. And maybe you heard that quote from Mother, or should I say Saint Teresa of Calcutta now, who said, "We can't all do great things, but we can all do small things with great love." And this quote really embodies what I wanted to try and say today, which I hope you can catch how much power the individual has. Really, in this day and age more than ever before, how much power you and I have. And so that leads me to kind of final questions which we can discuss. I'm looking forward to seeing your comments. You know, it's a very simple question, but I don't know if everyone asks themselves, so I want to just pose it. You know, do you or do I feel responsible for the issues of the world? Yeah, like growing up, we can become accustomed and used to the things that are happening. Maybe in other places, right, other continents. But you know, when you put for a moment yourself in another life, so you realize you or I could have also been born in such a situation where perhaps I'm the only child out of 8 to survive in a village where there's lack of nourishment or lack of water, lack of clean water, or other things. So that's one question I want to just put out there. How much responsibility can we feel as individuals? And I'm also very looking forward, whoever you are watching, that you can tell me, like, are you doing something there? I want to hear it. I want to know it, and I want to put it up on the Give First page, and we can discuss more about it. And also, it's interesting to think, you know, why are there people who are not really concerned, or why sometimes we don't think very much about what's really going on in the world in a big picture, and how we can live our lives in a meaningful way to try and solve them. So yeah, just to end on that point, you know, do you know somebody, or are you doing something small with great love which can impact others? Maybe in your small community, maybe on a larger scale, you know somebody, you can recommend them to be a partner of the Give First initiative, and then we can work together from there. For example, today I was speaking with one Indonesian cafe owner, just a small example, but he told me, you know, I'm running my cafe, I started a few months ago, but then he said, in the local community around Christmas time, he said, I went out and how did he say? He said that he went out and he took the challenge to feed 50 street children in that area. So it was such a small thing, but from his cafe, you know, that's what better thing can you do to make an impact on your community than these small thoughts, ideas, creations, which just show that you're interested in more than running a company. You're interested in more than running an organization, but the things that you do in practice, the results that you actually make and that people can see, they define who you are. And so that was one small example, but I'm really looking forward to knowing about any more examples you might have, you might know that you are doing yourself. So yeah, I'll end the blog here today, and I look forward to hearing from you in the comments, or as always, you can send me email or on the contact page of the Give First website. So yeah, look forward to hearing from you, and see you tomorrow.